Today our topic is log shipping in high availability. Before going to log shipping, practically I'm explaining theoretically part about log shipping. Maybe it will useful. High availability. What is high availability? The object of high availability is to provide zero downtime and zero data loss. In SQL Server, we can implement the high availability by using three techniques. One is log shipping, database mirroring, clustering. Now, our topic is log shipping. It is the one of the oldest technology provided by SQL Server for implementing high availability, supported by all edition of SQL Server except Express edition only. Because of Express edition only allow high availability. It is a log shipping. It is a process of shipping the log transaction from one database to other database by using backup and restore method. To implement the log shipping, we required three servers: primary server, secondary server, and monitor server. Primary server instance, secondary server instance, and monitor server instance. We require three servers. Primary server, the server which maintains the database, which is currently accessible to the users for performing the transaction, is called as the primary server, and database is called as the primary database. The database state of the primary database is online, and recovery model should be full. In the log shipping configuration, only one primary database at a time. Secondary server, the server which maintains the copy of the primary database is called as the secondary server, and database is called as the secondary database. The database state of the secondary database should be either restoring or standby, and recovery model should be full. In the log shipping configuration, we can configure multiple secondary database for single primary database. A very important point. In the log shipping configuration, we can configure multiple secondary database for single primary database. Primary database is only allow the only primary one primary database only. Secondary server, it allows the multiple secondary server, secondary database. Monitor server. It is an optional server which is used to monitor the log shipping status by connecting to the primary and secondary server. It is responsible for raising the alert when the log shipping fails. It maintains the history of the log shipping in the MSDB database. Actually, the monitor server is optional. Why? Because the primary server maintains the history, and actually the monitor server will use only the maintain the history of the primary server and the secondary server. Mainly use this monitor server only for that only. But why? Because the option monitor server is optional. Why? Because primary server also maintains the history, but primary server maintains only the primary history, primary server history only, but not secondary server. At the same time, secondary server also maintains history, but it maintains only the secondary server, but not the primary server. But in monitor server, it maintains the history of both primary and secondary. That's why it's an optional. Okay, how log shipping works? Yes, it's very Log shipping is implemented by creating 4 SQL Server agent jobs. 4 SQL Server agent jobs. Means backup job, copy job, restore job, alert job. Backup job. It is created on primary server, which is responsible for performing the transaction log backups on the primary database at defined schedule. So this log backup will be stored into a backup folder, which is preferable to exist in the shared server. It maintains the history of the backup job in the primary server and also in the monitor server. To perform the backup job, the primary server SQL Server service account should have read and write permission on the backup folder. Copy job. It is created on secondary server, which is responsible for copying the log backup from the backup folder to a local folder in the secondary server based on the defined schedule. It maintains the history of the copy jobs in the secondary server and also in the monitor server. To perform the copy job, the secondary server SQL Server agent should have read permission on the backup folder and write permission on the copy folder. Restore job. It is created on the secondary server, which is responsible for restoring the log backup from the copy folder to the secondary database based on the defined schedule. It maintains the history of the restore job on the secondary server and also in the monitor server. To perform the restore job, the secondary server SQL Server agent should have read permission on the copy folder. Alert job. It is created on the monitor server, which is responsible for raising the alert when the log shipping is going to fail. These are the main important 4 SQL Server agent jobs. I have explained maybe some confusion between those, what is the backup job, where will they create and what all these things. I have explained it through diagram. One second. Okay, what are maybe? This time explain some understanding. I think maybe the better understanding. Okay, this is primary. Primary server. This is secondary server. Okay. Okay. In the on the primary server, okay, before primary server. This is backup folder. Okay, this one. Copy. Okay, we are creating these folders. Backup jobs to create the backup files and put it into the backup folder on the primary server. So after that, in the secondary server, we created a copy folder. The copy folder is copied from backup folder on the primary server. Okay, so we need here write permission, and next we need read permission on this backup folder. After in the secondary server, copy folder, copy from the backup folder to the copy folder. So we need what? Write permission. After the restore job, restore the backup from the copy folder. So we need read permission. I think maybe you understand. So I can explain. Now the backup, there are 4 backup jobs. Okay, 4 SQL Server agent jobs: backup job, copy job, restore job, and alert job. Okay, but more main. I'm explaining about this. On the primary server, we create backup folder. On the secondary server, we create the copy folder. Whenever the backup schedule is occurred, then the backup file created in the backup folder. So we need the write permission, and the copy folder, we copy the backup file from the backup folder. So in this folder we need write permission and read permission. At the same time, the copy folder on the secondary server, the folder need read permission and write permission and read permission. Restore the backup file from the copy folder. So next step, implementing log shipping. Step 1. These are only the main steps before configuring the log shipping. You need to know the main 3 steps. First, step 1. Take 3 SQL Server instance, preferable with same version, same edition, and same service pack. That is nothing but primary, secondary, and monsters. Step 2. To create 2 folders, one for backup and the other for copy. Okay. Just now I told you backup folder and copy folder. Share the folders and grant the required permissions. Okay. Yeah. Okay, backup folder we need read and write permission, and copy folder also write and read permission. Step 3. Perform the full backup and transaction log backup of the primary database into a single file. Copy the backup file from the primary to the secondary database either with no recovery or standby. Okay. These are the main steps to understand before we configure the log shipping. You know what are the main steps before going to create log shipping. Okay, step 1. I will explain all overall what will we discuss. High availability. The object of the high availability is to provide zero downtime and zero data loss. In the SQL Server, we can implement high availability by using 3 technologies: log shipping, database mirroring, clustering. Log shipping. To implement the log shipping, we require 3 servers: primary server, secondary server, monitor server. How log shipping works? Log shipping is implemented by creating 4 SQL Server agent jobs: backup jobs, copy jobs, restore jobs, alert jobs. Implementing log shipping. Step 1. Take 3 SQL Server instances preferable with same version, same edition and same service pack. Step 2. Create 2 folders, one for backup and other for copy. Share those folders and grant the required permissions. Step 3. Perform the full backup and transaction log backup of the primary database into single file. Copy the backup file from the primary to secondary database either with recovery or standby. I will stop it here in this section. I will explain configuring the log shipping in the next section. Okay, thank you for watching.